What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, today we're going to be checking out some Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War gameplay, switching things up. Going to be rocking the MP5. I know I've been trying to add a little bit more variety in this channel, give you guys some different classes to use, different weapons to use, and let me tell you guys, the MP5 might have been nerfed a couple of times, but this thing still slaps. You just need the right attachments, and it literally beams across the map you guys are going to see in this gameplay. And also, just to run this past you guys really quickly, I know it's Call of Duty gameplay over a Battlefield topic, but at the end of the day, I just don't feel like playing Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4 or any of the older Battlefield games. I want to play something more recent. Like, I'll probably play Battlefield 1 right now, but I'm probably going to wait until my new PC comes in until I download Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 and all those new games and stuff like that, and hopefully soon Battlefield 6 will come out and I can actually get some more recent gameplay. But that's why you guys are watching Call of Duty gameplay. I just don't feel like hopping on these older titles. I've been on my rank grind, as you guys know, in Black Ops Cold War, which I stream every single day over on Twitch. If you guys want to hang out with me, hang out with the whole squad, the Sauce Gang, you guys know how we do things over there. Make sure you go down into the link in the description. It'll send you straight over to my Twitch account. But with that being said, over on Twitter, if you guys don't follow me over on there as well, link to that is in the description too. But Tom Henderson, a very reliable leaker who talks about tons of things when it comes to Call of Duty. Once again, I don't know how reliable he is when it comes to Battlefield content. You know, he could be completely wrong with all of this stuff, but I'm going to take his word because, like I said, he's very reliable. Usually all of his leaks come true. I'm going to take his word that he has reliable sources for Battlefield as well. But he went ahead and put a sketch over on Twitter showing basically a Battlefield map. Now, again, this isn't anything official, this is just leaked information, but I'm assuming coming from him, this is some pretty legitimate stuff. Like I said, I've seen tons of leaks from him in the past that have all come true. So I'm assuming this sketch right here is pretty legitimate. It just shows a bunch of helicopters flying over a map, the rockets in the very back, it's a storm coming over the whole map. It's really hard to tell. I'm going to be honest with you guys, it's really hard to tell from this complete sketch. But it's amazing because one of Tom Henderson's viewers went ahead and put some color to it, actually sketched it out, and he went ahead and replied saying, "This is amazing." So with that being said, this must be pretty identical to what Battlefield is going to look like, or Battlefield 6, whatever they're going to name this title, to what it's going to actually look like and how it's going to feel. And my goodness, let me tell you guys something. When they said that they're going to try to make this game next gen, when they're going to try to make this a massive scale, something that we've never seen before ever, in any FPS game in history, I think they're telling the truth. Just from this leak alone, and these images alone of this new map, it's insane. They got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 helis on this freaking map? And we don't even know if that's both teams. That's probably just a single team right there. That's probably just a single team. That's absurd. This is getting me hyped up. And then, of course, as you see in the colored image, you can see at the top right when I was saying there's a storm going on. Yes, like I said earlier in some other videos, I discussed these leaks already. But apparently when it comes to the maps in Battlefield 6, there's going to be a lot of weather that happens that's going to actually destroy the map itself. Earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, anything that you could possibly think of will be happening in Battlefield, and it will actually affect the gameplay. It's not just going to be like, you know, some rain or some thunder or something that's going to make the waves go higher or something. No, the weather is going to affect the map, and that's what they're trying to show off here with an actual tornado coming into the map. And then, of course, in the very back of the map, like I said, there is going to be a rocket set up there that's actually launching off. Now, this is very interesting to me. This is very interesting because I have a couple of things I'm thinking about when it comes to this rocket. First off, is this rocket going to actually destruct the map like the tornado or other weather effects that are coming into the game? You know, are you actually going to be able to launch this rocket and it blast off and hit somewhere else on the map, or does it just completely go away? You know, it might just be a little cinematic thing like they did in other, you know, Battlefield titles where it's just this one set piece that blows up, or a tall building crumbles down, or like in this, a rocket will just blast off in the middle of the game and shoot off to God knows where. It's a lot of possibilities that could happen in this. Another thing, can this be controlled by actual players? Can you go up to this rocket and can you actually manually do something to it to make it, you know, explode or go off? Or is this just going to be something that DICE adds into the game that's just going to sit there and, you know, it's going to be on an automatic timer every single time that this map comes up in rotation at a specific time this rocket's going to go off? I hope they don't go that way. I hope this is actually manually controlled by players, because there's so many possibilities that could happen with taking control of this rocket. I mean, just imagine, what if the rocket doesn't even blast off? What if the rocket, if you set it off in a certain way, completely changes the format of that specific location? What if the rocket doesn't even blast off? What if it's a rocket failure and it doesn't take off and it explodes the whole station, leaving a brand new part of the map? Instead of it being a rocket station, it's a massive crater in the map with all this destruction and the buildings destroyed because the rocket blew up. Again, I understand these are just leaks. These aren't official. EA didn't come out and expose all this information or anything like that, so please don't be thinking that, any of this is legitimate stuff. I just like to speculate a lot. If something new comes out, if some leaks come out, I just like to talk about it and just discuss the possibilities of what might possibly happen in the future. But I mean, let's be honest here, I hope all these things are true. I hope the size of this map is legitimate. I hope the amount of vehicles, the actual weather effects that's going to destroy the map, a physical rocket that you could possibly mess with, I hope all these things are true. Because not only did EA DICE completely stop working on Battlefield 5 early and just cut that game completely off? A game that could have been a fire World War II shooter with more content and more factions and just more variety in it as a World War II game. But instead, they cut it. They said, forget that game. We don't want anything to do with it. We're going straight over to the next title. They brought in multiple other teams, including the team that works on Need for Speed. They cut them off their game to come work on Battlefield 6. They brought in the head developer, Vince Zampella from Apex Legends, to come work on Battlefield 6. There's a lot, and I mean a lot of stuff going on. So if they have all these people, all these development teams, all these resources, it better be next gen. I'm being serious here. We need this to be next gen, and it needs to be a banger. They can't mess around with this. Battlefield 5 was a flop, hence why they stopped developing it so early on and just said, forget it, we're done with the game. It was a flop. It was a disaster. And yes, the maps were pretty cool. And they did a fantastic job with making some of these maps from the real world and transferring them over into a video game. They look almost identical. It's fantastic. They did an outstanding job. But when it comes to the layout of the battle, the actual Battlefield moments, the things that you can do that make you say, oh my god, this only happens in Battlefield, were completely stripped from the game in my opinion. I didn't feel any of that stuff. It almost seemed like they were trying to mimic the actual gameplay methods of Call of Duty a little bit, but in a Battlefield style manner. And for me personally, I don't want that. If I'm a Call of Duty player, if I want to play some Call of Duty, I go play Call of Duty. That's why I always criticize COD every single year for copying other people. They always copy. They copied Rainbow Six Siege, they copied Battlefield, they copied Overwatch, they copied every single FPS game you could possibly think of. And every single time they do it, I criticize them. You guys know this. Longtime viewers, people who have been watching me for a long time, you guys know I criticize these people all the time. I hate that Call of Duty does that because I don't play Call of Duty for those other titles. I play COD for COD. Same thing for Battlefield. I don't play Battlefield to get my Call of Duty vibes. I play Battlefield for Battlefield. And it seems like with Battlefield 5, EA was trying to stretch out and take some of the Call of Duty community. They're trying to take the Call of Duty players away from Activision and bring them over to Battlefield. But what EA doesn't understand is that you simply cannot do that. Hence why Modern Warfare came out and stole all the Battlefield players, because they screwed up. They didn't need to worry about making their game like Call of Duty. All they had to do was perfect what makes Battlefield good and build off of that, and build your own base. Now this is very crucial that they continue to do this. With this look of the map, it looks solid. It doesn't look like anything that's coming out of Battlefield 5 with very scripted pattern paths, very scripted gunfights and stuff like that. It looks open. It looks unique. It looks like absolutely anything can go on. And once again, this is just leaked information. We don't even know if this is multiplayer. This could just be potentially a campaign mission that's been sketched out or something. God only knows what this is. But at the end of the day, if anything from multiplayer can resemble what's actually in this image, the rockets, the weather effects, the large-scale maps, the amount of vehicles, I think it's going to be a banger. But only time will tell. We all know EA. We know what they're capable of. We know they're just as corrupt as Activision, if not more corrupt than Activision. They've dealt with so many different scandals in the past that honestly, I would not be shocked if they take Battlefield 6 or whatever they're going to call it and turn it into just a complete cash cow where they're going to try to milk all the money out of the game like they did with Battlefield 5 and just leave it to rot at the end of its cycle. EA is my only concern right now. I think DICE is capable of making a banger. Like I said, DICE is fantastic. I mean, they made Battlefield 5 is probably my most hated Battlefield game ever. Every other Battlefield game, they start off rough in the beginning, but by the end of their life cycles, they're fantastic. So EA DICE knows what they're doing, and they know how to innovate. They know how to make it next gen. They know how to make things interesting when it comes to a Battlefield game. They're going to kill it. My concern is if EA is going to allow them to kill it. Is EA going to put their little nasty grubbers into design decisions, into what's going on in the game, how they're going to handle any of the situations, how they're going to handle a BR, if BR is going to overtake the actual Battlefield experience? We don't know what the experience is going to be, and that's what worries me. But if EA can actually behave themselves, then honestly, Battlefield 6, or like I said, whatever it's going to be called, this might be the year that Battlefield will really take off and just surpass Call of Duty in every type of way. You guys, do me a massive favor and go down in the comment section below. Do you guys think this map is actually real? Or do you think it's a fake leak? Or what's the whole issue here? And honestly, if you guys think it's real, do you think it's good or do you think it's bad? Personally, I think it looks great if this is real. I think this is a great step up from what we've seen in the past. And honestly, it will be an easy COD killer for at least me in my personal opinion. I know a lot of people won't move on from COD because they love the playstyle. But, oh man, me personally, ooh. Whew, this is looking amazing so far. But guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with me, there's two ways to do so. I have a Twitter and Discord, both those links are down in the description. And also, catch your live streams of video games. I do that over on Twitch. Link to that is down in the description as well. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.